Welcome back. I'm going to do this in a similar way to the last video. I'm going to fill in the chart. You can use it for your homework. I'm just not doing homework questions anymore and explaining it that way. Everything that I'm using, the formulas provided, so you should already know what formulas I'm using. I'll give a little background as to why I'm using certain functions in Excel, but I'm not going to do the questions anymore. But we are in 8.4, and if you go ahead and copy all of the things that I already have here, don't worry about this formula right here, but go ahead and copy those things down, pause the video, and go ahead and do that. Alright, so all of the things that are highlighted in yellow, I don't have to fill in. You're going to get all of these things from the question itself, and you're going to be able to solve everything that way. So alpha, the one thing that you have to remember with your alpha is that it is 1 minus the probability divided by 2. So you might want to remember that. You could put that in if you really want to remember that, but just remember it's 1 minus the probability divided by 2. And I can even write that above here. 1 minus the probability divided by 2. And let me put a parenthesis at the beginning. Alright, so your T is the formula that I have right here. So X bar is just the mean. Don't forget your equals. So X bar is the mean of a sample minus mean of the population divided by, and now we have two parts in our denominator, so I'm going to open my parenthesis again, and then I'm going to open it again. And it's going to be S, which is standard deviation, divided by the square root, SQRT is square root of N. Close parenthesis, close parenthesis. I'm going to throw a few more parentheses in here just to be safe. Probably don't need this many parentheses, but you know, it's always good to have more than you need, probably just to make sure that it's doing what you want it to do when you want it to do it. And I apparently missed a parenthesis, so it's going to fix it for me. Alright, so next I have my p-value. My p-value is going to be equals 1 minus t dot dis. This just means that I'm using a t distribution. And then it tells me I need x, so I'm going to do x minus the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is n minus 1. And then my next part is if it's true. And it is going to be true, enter. That's all you need there. Should I... Oh, sorry. Your x is not going to be what you think it is, and I am putting things in here that I don't want to put in. Oop. Oh boy. Alright. There we go. And I'll bring this back over, bring this up. We want our x, or x is going to be our t. Sorry about that. Alright, there you go. And then the next thing that we have is the critical value. So that's going to be t inverse. And that's just basically saying the inverse of t. So instead of finding the probability, this is giving us the probability, and we're going to solve for an x value. So again, probability is going to be your alpha, and then your degrees of freedom is n minus 1. Go ahead and hit enter, and that's all that you need to do there. So t, n and t, again, you're going to be given those values for problems like this. And then it's going to be equals 1 minus t dot dist. Remember, this is because Excel always calculates from the left to right. So if you want something on the right, then you need to have this. So x, comma, degrees of freedom minus 1 is n minus 1, true. Just hit enter. And now everything that's in yellow, you just fill in on your own. And that's how you make this chart. So there you go. Have fun with your homework.